beginning, there was only emptiness, formless, lifeless. And then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. This is how one of the most powerful stories ever told begins, Genesis. But do you know all the mysteries and lessons hidden in this book? Today, we are going to dive into the beginning of everything and discover curiosities that will strengthen your faith and inspire your life. The word Genesis means origin. It is the first book of the Bible written in Hebrew and traditionally attributed to Moses. It tells us how everything began, the universe, life, mankind, and God's plan for humanity. More than a historical account, Genesis is an invitation to understand who we are and where we are going. After all, when we know our origins, we find strength to discover our purpose. In 6 days, God created everything, light and darkness, the sky and the seas, the earth and its plants, the sun, the moon, the stars, the animals, and finally, the human being, made in his image and likeness. On the 7th day, he rested. But did you know that the word day in Hebrew, yom, can also mean a period of time and not just 24 hours? In other words, Genesis shows us that God created everything perfectly at the right time, just as he can do in your life, turning chaos into order at the right time. God created man, Adam, and woman Eve, and placed them in the Garden of Eden, a place whose name means pleasure or delight. They had everything: communion with God, harmony with creation, and freedom, until they chose to disobey. The serpent deceived them, and the fall brought pain and separation. But even so, God did not give up on humanity. He already had a plan of redemption. It is the same with us. Even when we fall, God always has a plan to lift us up. The children of Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, offered sacrifices to God. But while Abel gave the best he had, Cain was not sincere in his heart. Consumed by envy, Cain killed his brother, the first murder in history. This story reminds us, when we cultivate resentment, we destroy not only others, but also ourselves. Offering our best with love is what pleases God and brings peace to our lives. The earth was filled with wickedness, but God found a righteous man, Noah. He received a mission that seemed madness, to build a gigantic ark to save his family and the animals. Did you know that the proportions of the ark described in Genesis are exactly those used today in large cargo ships? Noah obeyed even when no one believed him. This is the lesson. Stay firm, even when others mock you. Obedience can save lives. As time went by, men tried to build a tower that would reach the heavens, the Tower of Babel. But God confused their languages, and they could not complete it. Babel means confusion. The lesson? When we try to be like God, we fall. True greatness lies in humility. God calls Abram, changes his name to Abraham, and promises to make him the father of a great nation. Abraham left everything behind to obey. He didn't know where he was going, but he trusted. Faith begins when we take the first step, even without seeing the path. What step is God asking you to take today? The book of Genesis is not just ancient history. It speaks to us today. God transforms chaos into order. The fall is never the end. There is always redemption. Faith requires courage, even without guarantees. When you look at your life and only see confusion, remember, God created the world out of nothing. He can create something new in you as well. Genesis is about beginnings. It's about starting over with God every day. If He created everything out of nothing, imagine what He can do in your life. How about starting today? If this message touched your heart, like this video, share it with someone and comment which story from Genesis speaks most to you. Let's discover together each day a new beginning in God.